Well, I am now in a new country. I'm in Lebanon. But since I spent 45 days in Nepal, I think I owe it a review. So let's jump back to Pokhara Lakeside. We'll talk about my time in Nepal in a quick summary. Well, in a nutshell, I really like Nepal. I would absolutely go back whenever it's convenient. But for everything that I liked, I also kind of have like an opposing opinion. So let's talk about some of those points real quick. Now, I was there in January and February, and I think the weather there was fantastic. I mean, you could go around in shorts during the day, and nighttime could get a little bit cold, but usually like a light jacket was fine, so I really enjoyed the weather. However, the visibility was really bad at this time of year, so when the mountain was visible, it's amazingly beautiful, but most of the days it was cloudy and you couldn't see anything. And then, I wouldn't really know from experience, but I guess there's a monsoon season where it rains all the time. And just judging by how warm it was during the winter, I couldn't imagine how hot it gets in the summertime. So I was really happy with the weather, during winter, but I don't think I could survive there all year round. I think it'd be too hot or too rainy for me. I spent some time in Kathmandu and I was very unimpressed with that city. It had nothing of interest for me. But Pokhara, on the other hand, Pokhara is a very nice city. And it's actually bigger than I needed it to be, but I spent most of my time just in the lakeside area, which is kind of the touristy district of the city, but it has a lot of variety. It's got shopping and lots of restaurants and nature. So Lakeside Pokhara is fantastic. That's where I spent almost like my whole time in Nepal, and I'm okay with that. And I think the cost of living was fantastic. I mean, I don't know your budget, but for me, I could live very well. Restaurants gave you good portions and good quality for the money, and hotels and apartments were fantastic, like large, big windows, spacious, good quality, except, and this was citywide, so it wasn't like just certain hotels, but like a lot of power outages. And most businesses had generators, so if the power did go out, it would come back on, within 5 or 10 minutes. But just kind of an annoyance, like if you're trying to spend some time doing whatever, and then the power's going out almost every day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. So something to be aware of. Regarding the food, I don't have enough time to tell you about all the food because I love it so much. I gotta say, I love the food in Thailand, and I think I love the food in Nepal even more. It's not just the Nepalese food, which is nice, but also like the Chinese food, Indian food, Tibetan food, European foods, like international options, but the regional stuff is amazing. So many good restaurants to try, so many fun foods, spicy, which kind of alludes to the other perspective about the food. Something there was just not sitting well with me. So as much as I enjoyed the food, I was almost always having some kind of stomach pains. I don't know what it was from. So that was just very unfortunate. I wish I could have enjoyed the food more without having any health issues. The culture is really great. Everything is colorful, there's a lot of holidays, it's a lot of fun, and the people are super friendly. However, the people with the friendliness, everything kind of alludes towards some kind of a business at the end of the conversation. I mean, it doesn't matter whether you're just seeing people on the street for your first day in Nepal or like me who's there for 45 days. There's a lot of people that kind of pretend to be your friends, but at the end of the conversation, they're really trying to sell you on their hotel or their restaurant or their shop. So it feels like a lot of fake friendships. That being said, I did meet some really good people, but it just takes time to like filter through all the bullshit on the street to get to know some people really genuinely. So let's just wrap up this video. I loved Nepal. I really, really did. It might be one of like my top 5 countries. It's hard to compare countries to each other, but Nepal is definitely up there with my favorites. I would absolutely go back. Don't know when, but I think there's a lot more that I want to do there. And I highly recommend it. If it's something you're interested in, try to get there. It's a fun place. And I'm in Lebanon now, as I mentioned. And then I'm going to Cyprus, and then Albania again. And I've got a bunch of cool stuff coming up. I always got something coming up. So stand by for whatever's happening, and I'll see you soon.